The 5 proven ways to end anxiety forever. Let me show you step by step how to overcome any anxiety that you're experiencing in your life, personally, professionally, anywhere, anytime. These are the 5 things to implement today to move forward so when anxiety shows up, you can get through it and you can address the root cause to it as well. So strap in, and this is from someone who's coached over 10,000 people. I've written a book on healing transformation. I was super anxious and I had anxiety when I was younger, so I can speak from experience for myself and for all the clients I've been able to help. With that being said, I'm going to rip straight into it. The only thing I ask from you is if you could just like this video and subscribe and leave a comment down below. It helps grow the channel so I can help more people, put more resources back into the channel. Thank you in advance. Let's rock and roll. Let's begin. What is anxiety? Let's keep it simple. It's a fear response. It's a survival response. That's all anxiety is. It's a feeling and an emotion that we experience in a survival response. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So it's our survival response. It's part of being a fucking human. It's normal to experience anxiety. It's a part of being a human. Now it becomes a challenge when we go back into those loops and we have a lot of it. It's like being in a survival response ongoing. That's where it creates problems and people struggle with it in their personal and professional life. So for anyone that's done any nervous system work, actually I'll take my video away from this. I'm sharing my screen right now. So if you're not watching the video version of this training, highly recommend to watch the video. Go to YouTube, you can watch it there. So this is the nervous system. So there's 3 main areas of the nervous system, or I guess phases or zones you want to stay in. There is your window of tolerance. This is when you are in your optimal homeostasis. You are feeling safe to connect, you're mentally engaged, and you can actually feel safe within your body. You have hyperarousal. Think of hyper as like hyper, like crazy, hyper. Hyperarousal is when you are overstimulated. You're overreactive, unclear thoughts. Think of anxiety, think of stress, think of fight or flight. You're in a fight or flight response. And then you've got hypoarousal. That's when you are, think of like hypo, like a hippo, you're slow. You're feeling unmotivated, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling slow, you're freezing. This is a shutdown or a freeze response. Anxiety is up here. It's a stress response. It's a fear response. The goal is to stay within and increase your window of tolerance. And those are the 5 steps that I'm going to be taking you guys through today. I'm just giving you an overview of what anxiety is. And then the goal is to stay within our window of tolerance as often as we can. Because anxiety is never going to go away forever. It's not going to, because it's a part of your survival instincts. Say you're driving your car. You're driving along and someone takes the wrong turn and they start heading towards you and they're about to hit you with their car. Do you want to be depressed and slow and lethargic in that moment? Like, maybe I should maybe consider at some point getting out of the way here. Maybe that's a good idea to think about and ponder about. No, you want to get, quote, triggered into fight or flight. Holy shit, let's get out of the way. You want to be anxious in that moment because it's part of our survival instincts. So you're never going to get rid of it. So let's just reframe that. It's a survival instinct that we go into when it makes sense, when we're in danger. But being a human and having our frontal lobe, our prefrontal cortex, that's what fucks us up. Because normal animals that don't have the prefrontal cortex, let's say like a gazelle in the wild, when it gets into real fight or flight, it gets anxious and it runs away from the cheetah or the lion or whatever, it goes into a fight or flight response. But as soon as the tiger's gone, it doesn't keep ruminating over it. It doesn't keep thinking about, oh my God, that tiger, oh my God, it was so annoying, I hate it. And you just keep thinking about it because you do not know the difference between what you think about and what you experience in your actual reality. So if you keep thinking about the same shit, you keep reliving the survival moment. So you keep going back into your survival response, and that's when you struggle with anxiety a lot. I hope this is making sense. I'm just teaching you guys overall what it is, and then I'm going to give you a 5-step framework to actually move through it. So before I get into the 5 steps, one more piece of information. When I do inner work, I love inner work. It's my favorite conversation. It's the favorite thing I love doing with my clients around healing trauma, integration, regulation, all that stuff. There's 2 types of tools that I bucket things into. One bucket is maintenance tools. The other bucket is progress tools. Now, I'm going to use these very shortly. That's why I'm teaching it to you. So maintenance tools is what we do in the moment to get through a trigger and to look after our nervous system. How do we increase and stay within our window of tolerance? What I showed you before. That's what I call a maintenance tool. Examples, breath work, grounding, meditation, sauna, doing an ice bath, even though you're An ice bath is putting conscious, intentional stress on your nervous system to make it stronger. So you're actually intentionally putting a bit of distress and stress on the nervous system so you can handle it more. So a strong body, strong mind, all those things. So you're constantly putting healthy stress on it so you can strengthen your nervous system. So maintenance tools are things that we do to regulate ourselves to come back into our window of tolerance. So say you get triggered, which I'll get to in a moment. You get triggered, you go into a trauma response, you get anxious. We want to become aware of that and then do things such as breath work. I'll give you one of my favorite tools today in the steps to come back into our window of tolerance. The second type of tools is progress tools. A lot of people miss this. Progress tools is reflecting and finding what actually triggered me into that response to start with. Because nothing triggers you, it reveals what's inside of you. When you get triggered outside of real fight or flight, because it's always going to be there. So if you're not actually in real danger, if your life is not in danger and you get triggered, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling depressed, whatever's going on, it's something within you. Your life is mirroring something back to you. I like the teaching that you are a projector. Your entire life is a projection. You don't see things the way they are, you see things the way you are. What you perceive is a projection of you. So when you get triggered, you have resistance, you don't like something about someone, you don't like something about yourself, and you go into a quote trauma response, it's something about you being mirrored back to you. It will be a belief or it will be a perception, which is what trauma is. I'm not teaching trauma today because that's a big conversation. I've done other content on that. Go watch that somewhere else. But when you get triggered outside of real fight or flight, it is something being mirrored back to you that you can address. And that's where you want to do integration or progress tools to reflect, find what triggered you and integrate it. Because if you don't do that step, you're going to have to keep maintaining yourself and breathing and regulating all the time. I talk about this with clients a lot. Say you do breath work. Breath work's a fantastic tool. I'm a breath work facilitator myself. It's a great way you can actually use to maintain yourself. You can do a bit of integration work where you close off the loop, the unclosed loops of emotions. It does have that aspect to breath work if you use it in a certain way. But breath work, for the most part, is a good regulation tool. So you get triggered, you slow down your breathing, you connect with yourself, you get out of the triggered response, back into your window of tolerance. Say you do that, but say you never reflect and do a progress tool. You never integrate the thing that actually triggered you to start with. Guess what? You're going to get triggered again. And you're going to go back into the same thing and you're going to have to breathe again. So you're breathing all the fucking time, or you're grounding, or you're maintaining yourself all the time because you're triggered all the time. What if you integrate the wound, the trauma, or remove the limiting belief that's causing you to be triggered? Then you don't get triggered anymore. Now, disclaimer, I don't think anyone's ever fully healed. And the reason I say that, I'm yet to find a single human being on this planet who's never triggered. Now, if you're that human, that special human who is, send me a message. I'm yet to find it. And a trigger includes projections. You judge others for certain things and you have mental or emotional resistance towards them or towards yourself or towards life. I'm yet to find anyone. Unless you've transcended into divine consciousness and total oneness, unless you've done that, I've never met a single human who's never triggered. I've still got work to do. I'm a lot less triggered because I've done a lot of integration work, but I still have my triggers. I'm still a human. So that's what causes anxiety. Now, let's go through the steps. Step number 1 in the framework to end anxiety forever, disclaimer, you'll always have the survival anxiety, so just keep that in mind. But to cure or to fix the quote bad anxiety that you have, number 1 is to become conscious that you are triggered or you're dysregulated. You can't be held accountable to something you're not aware of. And the thing is, just a side note, a lot of people are so dysregulated that their quote normal is unnatural. It's unhealthy. Like they live constantly in stress and anxiety. To actually come back to your baseline and actually feel neutral and feel regulated, a lot of people aren't even fucking used to that. So you want to get conscious of when you're dysregulated. So whether you do some breath work, actually you're about to do that in the next step. So maybe try the second step, which you're about to do, so you can actually experience what I'm talking about. So first step in the process, become conscious that you get triggered, that you're dysregulated, that you're feeling anxious. That's the first step. Second step is to regulate. Do a maintenance tool. We're going to do one right now as a team. Let's do it together, huh? So I'm going to guide you through it. Super simple. In a moment, I'm going to get you to do a certain breath pattern. Don't do it yet. The breath pattern will be, you're going to breathe in through your nose and you're going to breathe into your diaphragm. You're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. I'll show you about the diaphragm soon. You'll breathe in for 5 seconds. You'll hold it for 5 seconds. and you'll breathe out for 5 seconds. Okay, pretty straightforward. And then you can hold it for 5 seconds on the way out. So on exhale, hold it, and then repeat the cycle. So 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out, 5 hold, and repeat that. Box breathing is essentially what we're doing. Now, to make it even better and more powerful, you're going to do a diaphragm reset. So what you're going to do, grab your fingers. You might have to put me down if you're driving. Don't do this. Do this when you feel safe and you've got the time to do it. Put your fingers. It's a little bit harder if you've got fake nails on, but you can still certainly do it. Just be careful and don't hurt yourself too much. Get your fingers, find your sternum. Your sternum is the pointy, bony part of your chest. Now, some people have a pigeon chest and different types of sternums, and that's okay. Just go an inch or two below your sternum. It's the squishy part of your belly, the top part of your belly. That's your diaphragm. So, in a moment, when we do the breath flow, when you do the exhale, I want you to push your fingers into your diaphragm. Now, if you're conscious enough, you'll actually be able to feel if you're dysregulated or not. I can literally go up to a client, because I've done this for enough clients now and myself, where if I was to push into your diaphragm with consent, I could feel if this person is in a hyper stress response or if they're neutral. You can just feel how rigid or dysregulated someone's nervous system is. It's a great way to check in for yourself of how dysregulated you are. So anyways, we're about to do it. So you're going to breathe in for 5. And when you breathe in, breathe into your diaphragm. So you want to breathe into your belly, expand your belly and your diaphragm, and then you hold it. And then on the way out, on the exhale, that's when we push our fingers into our diaphragm, okay? So you breathe in, you expand, you hold it. Then when you breathe out, push your fingers. You can use 2 hands, 1 hand, doesn't matter. Push your fingers into your diaphragm and become conscious of how dysregulated you are. We're going to do 2 or 3 rounds. And if you want to, pause the video and do it for a couple of minutes. By all means, do it. Just for time, I'm just going to do 1 or 2 rounds, okay? So, put your fingers on your diaphragm right now. Find that squishy part of your belly just below your sternum. Now, I want you to finish your exhale now. So, do an exhale now. 3, 2, 1. Now, take a big breath in and breathe into your belly. Breathe in. Breathe in now. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Push your fingers into your diaphragm. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Now relax your fingers as well. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, breathe into your belly, expand, and just continue that flow. And just keep doing it whilst I talk to you, because I'll give you some guidance as well. Keep breathing in, holding it, letting out, and when you let out, push your fingers in. Now I want you to focus on relaxing. Focus on connecting with your body and feeling safe and connected with your body. Focus on slowing down your heart rate, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your jaw, surrendering to any tension that's in your body. Continue to do the breath flow as I talk. 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out. When you breathe out, push your fingers into your diaphragm and just melt and surrender and relax. Finish the round that you're on. If you want to pause the video and do a couple more rounds of it, that's totally fine. Sometimes you need to do it for a couple of minutes because you're so dysregulated, and that's fine. But just for time, wrap up whatever sequence you're up to and then come out of it. How do you feel right now compared to a couple of minutes ago? And if you might be super stressed and anxious and dysregulated, you might need to do that for a couple of minutes. That we just did like a mini version of it then. 5-10 minutes if you need to. And if you can, go stand on grass or earth, Mother Earth, and do discharging and grounding as well. There's other maintenance tools out there, but that's my favorite one. It's super simple. You can do it pretty much any time. Just push into your diaphragm. So right now, you watching the video right now, you can't see where my hands are. My hands right now are on my diaphragm. I've been on calls and meetings before when I've had little triggers and projections come up, and I'm able to, and you can't even tell that I'm doing it. So you can do it pretty much anytime, anywhere. That's why I like this tool. I use it a lot with myself and with my clients. So that's step 2. So step 1, we become aware that we're triggered, we're dysregulated, we're feeling anxious. You've got the awareness. Number 2, let's come back into our window of tolerance. Let's do some grounding and maintenance tools. Breath with a diaphragm reset is my favorite one. There's many tools out there. You can do stillness, you can do journaling, you can do grounding, you can do co-regulation, you could do havening, you can do discharging, you can do many other things. Step 3 is we want to self-reflect and find what triggered us. What was the trigger? It will be a trait, a behavior, a trauma, or it will be a belief. So when you get triggered, the best way, and I do this with my clients a lot, the best way to find what triggered you to start with is go back to the moment where you got triggered. I'll do a little mini version for you now so I can help you with it. So I want you to think about when you got triggered recently and pick a person, pick like someone triggered you, because you can do other ways, but just for this example, I'm going to use someone else. So find a moment when you got triggered recently and someone triggered you. Someone did something or didn't do something that triggered you. Think of something right now. Think of someone or a moment. Now, take a big deep breath in. Close your eyes if you need to. Go back to that moment and get super present in the exact moment when you got triggered. Now, in a one-word answer, what's the thing that this person did or didn't do that you don't like? What did they do or not do that you don't like about them that triggered you? Control, manipulation, lying, anger, abuse, arrogant, ignorant. There's 4,628 traits that human beings can do. Find what the trait is. Pause the video if you need a bit more time. Go to the moment when you got triggered. What was this person doing or not doing that triggered you that you don't like about them? Now, whatever word came up for you, that's a wound of yours. It probably comes from childhood, by the way. Probably mum or dad. Just let that sink in for a moment. Won't be for everyone, but for a lot of you, it will be a reflection of mum and dad. That's a wound of yours. That's a quote trauma of yours. Now, if a word didn't come up for you, it might be a belief that's been challenged. So I would then ask you, what were you telling yourself in the moment? No one loves me. I'm not enough. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Everyone's going to leave me. Life is scary. I'm going to get hurt. There might be a belief there. Triggers come from beliefs or trauma, which is perceptions. That's what creates triggers, and natural fight or flight, which I mentioned earlier. So once we've found it, that's step 3. We've now found it. Step 4 is go do an integration process on the whatever it is. If it's a belief, do my limiting belief process. I have it for free on YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in Lewis Huckstep limiting belief. Now there's a couple versions of it. Find the most recent one. The recent one's the best version of it because I've done it a couple of times. The most recent one, go do it. I've had over 1,000 people go through it. It's fucking awesome on YouTube and it's life-changing. You literally can remove beliefs instantly when you know how to do it. So go do that. If it's a trauma, if it's a trait or a behavior, if it's from trauma, then you would do my balancing process. I don't have that publicly for free right now, just for duty of care. I don't think it's safe to have it there. I have it though in my program. If you want to work with me, there's a free trial down below with a one-on-one call with me. We'll have a call personally and you get access to my balancing process. That's what we do to heal trauma. You can heal trauma in about 60 to 90 minutes. Pretty cool by doing my balancing process. And then once you've healed the trauma or removed the limiting belief, that same thing will stop triggering you. Beautiful. So you don't have to breathe as often. You don't have to regulate as often. But guess what? The next wound will show up. The next trigger will show up. The next limitation will show itself. I love the quote. You will attract people and circumstances to reveal where you have not healed. So when you get triggered, it's mirroring back to you something you have not addressed yet, outside of real fight or flight, because survival instincts is part of being a human. So that's step 4. Step 5, keep doing it. Continue. There's many layers to go. Keep healing. Keep working on yourself. Keep integrating yourself. Do more things to maintain your nervous system. So have like a routine of regulating yourself, soothing yourself, doing ice baths, doing saunas, having tough conversations, healing your stuff. Because the more work that you do, the less triggered you're going to get, the less anxious you're going to feel. And that's it. Let me read through those steps one by one. Number 1 is become aware that you're triggered. Number 2, regulate yourself, do the diaphragm reset and some breathing and some extra stuff if you want to. 3, find the root cause, find the belief or the trauma. And then once you've found it, do step 4, address it. Do the my belief process if you want. It's literally free, it's on YouTube. Or if it's trauma and you want to do my balancing process, grab a free trial and grab a call with me. It takes about 90 minutes to do a full process. It's really awesome. And then number 5, do it. Keep it up. Keep healing. Keep integrating. Keep finding those parts that you haven't worked on yet. And by doing that, you won't experience anxiety anymore outside of real fight or flight because it's a part of being a human. It's not going to go away. I hope you got value from this. What's your thoughts? Put it down below. If you got value, please leave your comment. Please subscribe. Please like. Share it around. It helps me help more people. If you want to work with me, guys, you can grab a copy of my book. It's on Amazon, Kindle, Audible, or again, grab a free trial and a one-on-one call with me. I'd love to serve you. I hope you guys got value from this. I'll see you on the next one. And hope you had fun. Send this to a friend as well. See ya.